What's up, guys and girls? This is James at Lock in the Value and CopyMyCrypto.com talking to you today about the wonderful world of crypto. And it does feel wonderful today. It does feel bloody nice. It's really nice. And actually, when we're looking at Bitcoin at the moment, we're starting to see some really positive movement. And the upcoming death cross has built a fairly significant narrative over the past month or so. So I sort of want to look at it from a wider time frame. Before I do, as always, the spreadsheet's updated. These were the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would crush it in this bull cycle. If you'd invested $100 into each one, you'd be in profit for $23,000. And I'm only in a few of these. The rest are in projects that will bring greater gains and bring far better opportunities in terms of immediate profit taking, in terms of returns. It's staggering the opportunities that the coins I hold bring. And if you want to know about them, check out Copy My Crypto. The link is in the description. Look at the success stories. And if you don't like them, don't sign up. But I'm saying you will. Anyway, right. So look, Bitcoin. So we keep seeing this. We keep seeing this, impending death cross. And I'm not that concerned for a few reasons. So when we actually look at the death cross stuff, the death cross is potentially, going to play out in the next sort of, I don't know, week, maybe. But realistically, what we've seen historically is these death crosses sometimes play out, but sometimes they're fake outs. So looking at the dailies at the moment, I know that's god awful, by the way, but reflection on this computer right now is terrible. But the looking at the dailies, they've been progressively getting better. They've been progressively getting better. I know we had a bad red candle here, but the last week or so, that's a positive trajectory. Okay. Now, this could be a trap before a dip, before a run again. And that if that happens, that pretty much plays out in terms of what the Wyckoff accumulation says. But even if we're looking at the daily right now, and when we look at, I sort of try and take a wider perspective, because if you go onto the weekly as an example, all of a sudden we're getting higher lows for the last 4 weeks. We've got real upward momentum for the last 4 weeks. That's pretty positive. Yeah, we had 2 horrific weeks, but literally, it's been 2 horrific weeks. It feels a lot longer, guys, doesn't it? But that's it. 2 horrific weeks, and like semi-bleeds. But the last couple of those 2 weeks there in May were just brutal corrections. Brutal corrections from where it was at. But that's how it feels. It's playing out as a correction, as I said. And fundamentally, wider time frames give you a bigger picture. Now the monthly is a bit wide, even for me. See what I mean? The monthly is a bit wide, but even if you go daily, 2 day, 3 days, week, yeah, even 2 weeks, even fortnightly, you start getting a better picture of what's happening here. And to me, right now, this is playing out pretty well. This really is playing out pretty well. And the death cross could very well be a fake out. But even if it's not, even if the death cross happens and there's a correction, there's not been a blow off top. There hasn't been a blow off top in this market. I just don't think it's done. There's no evidence it's done. Otherwise, we wouldn't see stupid things like, when was it, the 8th of June? Where we had this huge tanking down here, down to the 30,000 mark, and 22,000 Bitcoin got bought up and moved off of exchanges immediately. Like, what's happening there? That's whales accumulating. That's accumulation. Um, and it might happen again. But the news is starting to take a more positive trend at the moment. It does feel that way, and I can't be the only one feeling that. Yeah, there's still a negative little twist on it, but a lot more news at the moment feels positive. It feels like the narrative, the negative agenda has switched, and we're going into a positive agenda again. President of Tanzania has gave Bitcoin a much needed shot in the arm by saying that their central bank needs to catch up. Central banks should be ready for the changes, not be caught unprepared, and feel that they have to start accepting these routes as legal tender. And it's not the only place. We know this. We know this. Um, Latin American countries such as Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, and Brazil um, are looking at following the example of El Salvador. Also missed Paraguay, though, which seems odd, and Panama for that. But yeah, so we really are starting to see far more positive news coming out. And by the way, the story here was that India's tipped to legalize it completely without no more ban talk, possibly probably within a regulatory um, within a regulatory perspective narrative, but or legislation rather. But the Indian economy is worth 10 trillion, sixth biggest in the world. And acceptance means accepting that the economy and the people within it can use it and invest in it. And that's something where there's been this really unfortunate sort of relationship with India and crypto for a really long time. So just a complete, yes, we're accepting it. You can invest within these parameters, but that opens an enormous economy up to the market. That can only be positive. It can only be positive. Um, but yeah, I'm fairly bullish at the moment. I'm really feeling more bullish than I have in the sense of seeing that the momentum's picking up. Now, I don't think Bitcoin's going to close above 40,000 today. I'll say that. Um, as always, we're sort of hitting this level here of about 41,000 as resistance because it basically hit 41 and just bounced back down, 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 down. So I wouldn't be surprised if it closed anywhere around the 39,000 mark. Now the momentum is certainly on the way down over the half hour, over the 30-minute periods. If you look at the hourly as well, it's still on a negative trajectory. So I think we're probably looking at Bitcoin closing the day around 39, which isn't ideal, especially when you saw that the momentum was swinging up to 41. But, you know, and that's an enormous hour, wasn't it? Enormous. Obviously, Musk came out and said that Tesla will come back to accepting Bitcoin as well. Once they feel that 50% or more of the energy used is renewable. So given that I think 75% right now is, I don't see the point in not accepting it immediately, but whatever. But yeah, the ideally, what to avoid a death cross, we need the 43 grand sort of territory for Bitcoin. But I'm not actually. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking that this could be a fake out. This really could be a fake out, and it could cross, have a little dip, and then a real rally. Um, but we'll see. I mean, the Wyckoff accumulation suggests that we still got dip to come. So again, the retracement down to the 25, 20 grand level of Bitcoin before another run is certainly realistic, but I'm pretty positive right now. I just want to see the rest of the week and each day trying to close higher lows. That's all. Even if they're tiny ones, high lows, high lows, high lows, and that volume increase because it's too small. It's way too small at the moment. Particularly compared to these massive correction moments. So yeah, but all in all, guys, got to be positive. Got to be positive about just the fact that the market's been slowly but surely moving in the right direction. And God willing, we see a few more countries take El Salvador's lead. It will only produce growth in the market. And this market's here to stay anyway. It doesn't matter if it doesn't for a couple months or even a couple of years. It really doesn't, because the market is here to stay. And keep an eye on Ethereum. Big price disruption after July's London hard fork update. If it goes off without a hitch. Very important. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you're all doing well, enjoying the wonderful weather. If you're brand new to crypto, check out Copy My Crypto. Coins I hold all hold massive benefits, and some provide insane opportunities that are worth checking out. And if you want to, follow the link in the description. Take care and stay safe, guys. Bye bye.